This is Mirabella's Kitchen, and today I'm making suspicious stew from the Minecraft cookbook. If you'd like to cook with me, please check the description below for a list of the ingredients and a shout out to my patrons, Dennis, Andrea, Daryl, and Melissa. Thanks, guys. I start by taking 2 large carrots, peeling and dicing them. I also peel 4 Yukon Gold potatoes and dice them. I take 8 ounces of white mushrooms and 8 ounces of cremini mushrooms, and I halve them. I like to remove the stems, that's up to you. And I take about 6 cloves of garlic and mince it. And finally, I take 1 large yellow onion and dice it. Into about 8 cups of water, I'm making vegetable broth with better than bouillon vegetable base. You can just use vegetable broth or stock for this. In a heavy bottom pan, I take about 1 tablespoon of olive oil and add in the onions, let them cook for about 6 minutes until translucent, and then add in the garlic. I add in the carrots, and I add in the mushrooms, and I let that saute for about 2 more minutes. Then I add in the potatoes. I add in about 6 tablespoons of tomato paste. I eyeballed it here, but I doubled this recipe for how many servings I needed. This came out to about 8. And then 4 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce. I mix everything together and then add in the vegetable broth. I add a little bit of dried thyme, so I used about 1/4 of a teaspoon, and a little bit of dried rosemary, about 1/4 of a teaspoon. I then add in 1 cup of rinsed French lentils. I'm using French because I couldn't find brown, and French are more earthy than green, and that was the style I was going for this stew. I bring that up to a boil, cover it, and reduce it down to a simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes. I stir it, and I'm going to taste it to see if it needs any more seasoning. So I found this a bit dull, so I added some salt and some pepper. I'd say maybe 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of both. And I mix it and taste again, and I like this seasoning much more. So I add in about 2 cups of chopped kale. You can use any sort of green you prefer. I'm gonna let this cook for about 5 minutes and let the greens wilt. And then I'm gonna dish up some stew for everybody. And that's my suspicious stew. Thanks so much for joining me today. I make new videos on cooking every Thursday. Please support me on Patreon and on Facebook and on Instagram at Mirabella's Kitchen. Links below.